மாண்புமிகு சாய் முரளி அவர்கள் துணை தூதரக வளாகத்திற்கு வருகை தந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றார். அவரை இந்திய எல்லை காவல் படையினர் மரியாதை செய்து அழைத்து வருகின்றனர். அதனைத் தொடர்ந்து இந்திய தேசிய கொடி ஏற்றல் வைபவம் இடம்பெறும். தொடர்ந்து இந்திய நாட்டுப்பண் இசைக்கப்படும்.
भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय.
இன்றைய நிகழ்வில் கலந்து சிறப்பித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கும் கௌரவ அதிதிகளே, நண்பர்களே, உறவுகளே, யாழ் இந்திய துணை தூதரகத்தின் சார்பாக உங்களுக்கும் உங்கள் குடும்பத்தினருக்கும் நண்பர்களுக்கும் உறவுகளுக்கும் இனிய காலை வணக்கத்தையும் இந்திய நாட்டின் 76வது குடியரசு தின வாழ்த்துக்களையும் தெரிவிப்பதில் பெருமகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். Addressed to the nation by the Honorable President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, on the eve of Republic Day 2025. My dear fellow citizens, Namaskar. I am happy to be addressing you on this historic occasion. On the eve of Republic Day, I offer you my heartiest congratulations. On January 26, 75 years ago, our founding document, the Constitution of India, came into effect. मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, इस ऐतिहासिक अवसर पर आप सबको संबोधित करते हुए मुझे बहुत प्रसन्नता हो रही है. गणतंत्र दिवस की पूर्व संध्या पर आप सबको हार्दिक बधाई. Republic Day is indeed a matter of collective joy and pride for all citizens. 75 years, someone might say, is only the blink of an eye in the life of a nation. No, I will say not these past 75 years. This has been the time when the long dormant soul of India has awakened again, taking strides to regain its rightful place in the comity of nations. Among the oldest civilizations, India was once known as a source of knowledge and wisdom. There, however, came a dark phase and inhuman exploitation under colonial rule that led to utter poverty. Today, we should first recall the brave souls who made great sacrifices to free the motherland from the shackles of foreign rule. Some were well known, while some remained little known till recently. It was the nation's good fortune to have the likes of Mahatma Gandhi, Rabindranath Tagore, and Baba Saheb Ambedkar, who helped it rediscover its democratic ethos. Justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity are not theoretical concepts that we came to learn in modern times. They have always been part of our civilizational heritage. It also explains why the critics who were cynical about the future of the Constitution and the Republic of India, when India had newly become independent, were proven so thoroughly wrong. The 75 years of the Constitution are marked by an all-round progress of a young republic. At the time of independence and even later, large parts of the country had faced extreme poverty and also hunger. But one thing we were not deprived of was our belief in ourselves. We set down to create the right conditions in which everyone would have the opportunity to flourish. Our farmers toiled hard and made our country self-sufficient in food production. Our laborers worked relentlessly to transform our infrastructure and manufacturing sector. Thanks to their sterling efforts, India's economy today influences the global economic trends. Today, India is taking leadership positions in international forums. The transformation would not have been possible without the blueprint laid down by our Constitution. In recent years, the economic growth rate has remained persistently high, creating job opportunities for our youth, putting more money in the hands of farmers and laborers, and also lifting more people out of poverty. The bold and far-sighted economic reforms will sustain this trend in the years to come. Inclusion is the cornerstone of our growth saga. distributing the fruits of development as widely as possible. We won freedom in 1947, but many relics of a colonial mindset persisted among us for long. Of late, we have been witnessing concerted efforts to change that mindset. Among the most noteworthy of such efforts was the decision to replace the Indian Penal Code, the Code of Criminal Procedure and the Indian Evidence Act with the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita and the Bharatiya Saksha Adhiniyam. There has also been a fresh engagement with our civilizational heritage. The ongoing Mahakumbh can be seen as an expression of the richness of this heritage. An exciting array of initiatives is underway in the domain of culture to preserve and revitalize our traditions and our customs. Dear fellow citizens, it is after all our young generation that is going to shape the India of tomorrow. Education in turn shapes these young minds. Therefore, the government has increased its investment in education and made every effort to improve every parameter related to the education sector. The results so far are more than encouraging. The last decade has transformed education in terms of quality of learning and physical infrastructure and digital inclusion. For the medium of instruction, the regional languages are promoted at more levels. It is not surprising that there has been a notable improvement in students' performance. I am glad to learn that women teachers have played a crucial role in this transformation, since more than 60% of those who became teachers in the last decade are women. Dear fellow citizens, thanks to substantial and concrete progress in a wide range of areas, we are marching towards the future, holding our heads held high. Their dreams are molding the India of tomorrow, when we will be celebrating the centenary of our independence, and when today's children will salute the tricolour on 26th of January 2050. They will tell their next generation that this great quest would not have been possible without our incomparable constitution guiding them along the way. Our future generations will also keep in mind the mission of independent India in the world. In the words of the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, and I quote, "If Swaraj was not meant to civilize us and to purify and stabilize our civilization, it would be worth nothing." The essence of our civilization is that we give a paramount place to morality in all of our affairs, public और प्राइवेट। मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, मैं एक बार फिर आप सभी को गणतंत्र दिवस की बधाई देता हूँ। देश की सीमाओं की रक्षा करने वाले हमारे सैनिकों के साथ साथ सीमाओं के भीतर देश के को सुरक्षित रखने वाले पुलिस और अर्धसैनिक बलों के जवानों को भी मैं बधाई देता हूँ। न्यायपालिका, सिविल सेवाओं तथा विदेश में हमारे मिशनों के सदस्यों को भी मेरी बधाई। मेरी शुभकामना है कि आप सब अपने प्रयासों में सफलता प्राप्त करें। Dear fellow citizens, let me once again congratulate you all on the occasion of Republic Day. My congratulations to the soldiers guarding our borders, as well as police and paramilitary personnel keeping it safe within the borders. My congratulations also to the members of the judiciary, the bureaucracy, and our missions abroad. My best wishes to you in all your endeavors. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
உரையை வாசித்தளித்த யாழ்ப்பாணத்திற்கான இந்திய துணை
आज 26 जनवरी गणतंत्र दिवस के शुभ अवसर पर हमारे बीच उपस्थित सीजी सर, एचओसी मैम एवं समस्त अधिकारीगण, बॉर्डर सिक्योरिटी फोर्स के समस्त साथी जवान, आप लोगों के समक्ष मैं एक छोटा सा गीत प्रस्तुत कर रहा हूँ।
Thank you, Shri Rajiv. To invite Mrs. Shavita Rajiv to sing a song.
ഭാരതം കർമ്മമേദിനി ഭാരതം നമ്മളാം ജനകോടിതൻ അമ്മയാകിയ ഭാരതം ജന്മകാരിണി ഭാരതം കർമ്മമേദിനി ഭാരതം തലയിൽ മഞ്ഞണി മാമല ചൂടിയ തങ്ക കിരീടവും ഉടലിൽ സസ്യശ്യാമള ശാത്വല കോമള കഞ്ചുകവും കഴുത്തിൽ നാനാ നദികൾ ചാർത്തിയ പൊന്മണിമാലകളും കാണുക കാണുക ജന്മനാടിൻ കോമള മലർമേനി ജന്മകാരിണി ഭാരതം കർമ്മമേദിനി ഭാരതം.